This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 13, verse 17. Shalakia. And it reads, Behold, I will stir up the Medes against them, which shall not regard silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight in it. All praises, all power, all glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakah HaKodash. All praises, all power, all glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakah HaKodash. All praises, all power, all glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakah HaKodash. Yahweh being the name of the Father, who the world inwardly calls God. Yahweh, meaning He exists. Yah-He-Hawa exists. He is. He exists. Yahushai, the name of His Son, His only begotten Son, who the world inwardly calls Jesus Christ. Yahushai, meaning He delivers. Yah-He-Hawashai, deliverer. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who teach well and rule well, who taught me this truth. Peace and salutation to the Akyam, the fellow laborers, the hopeful elect, pushing this truth at risk of their own lives throughout the four corners of the earth. To the Akwathim listening and learning in sincerity and truth and in silence, Shalom. Akyam meaning brothers, Akwathim meaning sisters, Shalom meaning peace be unto you. It's your brother Shema from the Pillars of Benjamin Cap, here in Toronto with another lesson. Isaiah 13 verse 17. The title here is Babylon will fall to the Medes. Right, and this is talking about America, not ancient Babylon. America. Ancient Babylon was absorbed, right? Cyrus waltzed in unhindered through the gates of Babylon, right? And slayed Belshazzar, who was the king at the time. That's how it went down. There was no resistance. There was no military campaign. There was no desolation of America, of Babylon, right? Ancient Babylon. It's still inhabited to this day. It's the region of Iran. Okay, so that's how we know this is not talking about ancient Babylon. Isaiah 13 verse 17. Behold, I will stir up the Medes against them, which shall not regard silver. Right, and the Medes is Russia. Right, the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shai is stirring up the Medes against America. Russia against America. And as for gold, they shall not delight in it. Right, no amount of money, stimulus, payoff, treaty, none of that is going to quell the spirit of the Medes, Russia, to move. And it's the Lord stirring up the spirit of Russia. Verse 18, their bows also shall dash the young men to pieces. Right, their weapons, beginning with their missiles. And they shall have no pity on the fruit of the womb. Their eyes shall not spare children. Right, they're the worst of the heathen. They're not gonna pity. They're not gonna spare. Verse 19, and Babylon, right? And Babylon, America, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldees, excellency, here's the point, shall be as when the Most High Yahweh overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah, right? And how was Sodom and Gomorrah taken out, man? Fire and brimstone rain from heaven. There's a scripture in the Apocrypha. Let me look it up real quick. I think it's in second Esdras. Second Esdras 2 verse 9. Second Esdras 2 verse 9. Second Esdras 2 verse 8, and it reads, woe be unto thee, Asher, Assyria, aka America, thou that hidest the unrighteous in thee, O thou wicked people. Remember what I did unto Sodom and Gomorrah, whose land lieth in clouds of pitch and heaps of ashes. Even so also I will do unto them that hear me not, saith the Almighty Lord. Right, so ancient Sodom and Gomorrah lies in clouds of pitch and heaps of ashes. All right, so this right here is talking about America, man. Verse 20, it shall never be inhabited again, right? The region of Iran has inhabitants today. Right, if we look at I have some maps queued up. I have some maps queued up. I have some maps queued up. Right. Ancient Babylon. This is Iran, the Iran area, right? The Persian Gulf is right here, right? This is all inhabited to this day. Tehran, Salakia, the Euphrates River, right? This is all inhabited to this day. So this scripture here is not talking about uh ancient Babylon. Isaiah 13 verse 20. It shall never be inhabited, neither shall it be dwelt in from generation to generation. Neither shall the Arabian pitch tent there, neither shall the shepherds make their fold there. Right? The destruction that is coming to America, nothing's going to be left. Verse 21, but wild beasts of the desert shall lie there, and their houses shall be full of doleful creatures, and owls shall dwell there, and satyrs shall dance there, and the wild beasts of the island shall cry in their desolate houses, and dragons in their pleasant palaces, and her time is near to come, and her days shall not be prolonged, right? Her time is near to come. Her time is near to come for what? This destruction, right? This article came out on AP News today, February 21st, 2023, the hopeful year that all these prophecies come to pass. And the title says Putin raises tension on Ukraine, suspends START nuclear pact. So he suspended some treaty that was signed back in 2010. Lord willing, I'll leave this article in the description box. I just wanted to read what I highlighted. Right, so it says here, on top of that, Putin sharply upped the ante by declaring Moscow would suspend its participation in the New START treaty. The pact signed in 2010 by the US and Russia caps the number of long-range nuclear warheads the two sides can deploy and limits the use of missiles that can carry atomic weapons, right? So Putin suspending this treaty signed back in 2010, which puts a cap on long-range ICBMs and the amount limits the use of ICBMs that can carry atomic weapons, right? So they're getting ready, Gog and Magog. They're getting ready for beef, right? Ezekiel 38, verse 1. The word of the Lord Yahweh came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Gog, the land of Magog, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal, and prophesy against him. Chief prince, the Hebrew word for chief is Rosh. Rosh. Let's look it up. For edification's sake. Rosh.
Strong's H 7218. Ramath Negev. Ramath Negev. Second entry. Rosh. Rosh.
Rosh. Right? Head, top, summit. Upper part, chief. Okay? Chief, prince. Right? And we know the Hebrew word for prince is Shar. Right? Right? Rashar, Russia. Right? The land of Magog, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal. That's the let me get this map up. Right? Meshach, Tubal. Right? This is the Black Sea. This is the Caspian Sea, right? Meshach and Tubal would be the Turkey area. Togomar would be the Turkey area, right? Let's continue with the scripture. Verse 3, and say, thus saith Yahweh, power, behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal, right? So ultimately the Lord's against these heathen nations. The Lord's against Turkey. He's against Russia. And I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, right? That's that Cold War spirit, right? If we read this article, it says here, Putin also said Russia should stand ready to resume nuclear weapons tests if the U.S. does so. If the U.S. does so, a move that would end a global ban on such tests in place since the Cold War era, right? So that spirit, the hooks in the jaws, is putting that spirit, that Cold War spirit, on Russia, Putin, right? Verse 4, and I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth, and all thine enemies, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, right? Their military might, their tanks, their ICBMs, their soldiers, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords. Persia, which is these are naming their allies. Persia is Russia, Salakia. Persia is Iran, Ethiopia, and Libya with them. Libya is from the Algerian area uh, 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 to Libya, up there in the Middle East. Egypt, Algeria, Libya, right? All of them with shield and helmet, right? Battle ready. Gomer and all his bands, the house of Togomar. Togomar is Turkey, if I'm not mistaken. Gomer is let me look at my notes here. Gomer is Gomer is East Europe. Khan. East Europe is Gomer. Togomar is Turkey, right? And if you look, it says here in right here in verse 2, this is talking about the sons of Japhet, right? Son of man set their face against Gog, right? The land of Magog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, and prophesy against him, right? The Japhetic sons, right? That was their land when Noah's sons divvy things up. Look here at the map, right? The Japhetic sons, the sons of Japhet, right? Gomer, Ashkenaz, all up here is Russia, right? And then it goes down into Eastern Europe, right? And Turkey, Togomar, right? Okay? This is where the arrows are going to fly from. This is going to lead the charge. Gog and Magog, Russia, right? Let's go back into the scripture. Where were we? Isaiah 38, verse 4. And I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, that Cold War spirit. And I will bring thee forth in all thine army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords, battle ready. Persia, Ethiopia, and Libya, right? Libya is, look at my notes again. Make sure I got it right. Right, Algeria to Egypt. Algeria to Egypt. We were correct on that when we said that, right? The Wada Bashim Shai, all praises to Yahweh Bashim Shai. Right. Persia, Ethiopia, and Libya with them, all of them with shield and helmet. Gomer and all his bands, the house of Togomar of the north quarters, and all his bands, and many people with thee, right? So these are all the allies, right? The Eastern Europeans, Ethiopia, Iran, Egypt, Algeria. Be thou prepared and prepare for thyself, thou and all thy company that are assembled unto thee, and be thou a guard unto them, right? Be thou a guard, right? So Russia gonna lead the charge, right? That Cold War spirit, right? What else did I have here? I had, oh yeah, I had Daniel 5. I had Daniel 5. Daniel 5, verse 1. Belshazzar the king made a great feast to 1,000 of his lords and drank wine before the 1,000. Right. So this is going into the Belshazzar, who was the king of ancient Babylon. They were celebrating. This is going into how Cyrus took Babylon. Right. He took it without a fight. So this is how we know that these scriptures that we're bringing out is not talking about ancient Babylon. Right. If we jump down to verse 28. Daniel 5, verse 28, thy kingdom is divided and given to the Medes and Persians, right? So Cyrus sent in Darius, who walked through the gates, right? Isaiah 44, and slayed King Belshazzar. Isaiah 45. Isaiah 45, verse 1. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh to his anointed, to Cyrus, whose right hand I have holden, to subdue nations before him, right? So the Lord was using Cyrus to subdue nations before him, and I will loose the loins of kings to open before him the two-leaved gates, and the gates shall not be shut, right? So when Cyrus sent Darius in to Babylon, the gates were open, right? I wanted to touch, I was reading up on, where is it? I had it. It was only a short time between the battle of Opis and the taking of Babylon when Belshazzar was killed. The Cyrus cylinder says that the people opened their gates for Cyrus and greeted him as a liberator, right? Because there was no military campaign when Belshazzar was slain, when Babylon was taken. Basically, Darius and his guys entered in, and they slayed Belshazzar, right? Daniel 5. Daniel 5, verse 29. Then commanded Belshazzar, and they clothed Daniel with scarlet, and put a chain of gold about his neck, and made a proclamation concerning him, that he should be the third ruler in the kingdom. In that night, right, the night of the feast, Daniel 5 and 1. In that night was Belshazzar, the king of the Chaldeans, slain, and Darius the Median took the kingdom, being about 62 years old, right? Darius took the kingdom under Cyrus, right? So we know, according to scripture, these prophetic scriptures of Babylon being destroyed is talking about America being made like Sodom and Gomorrah. It's talking about America, right? Gog and Magog, Russia. Jeremiah 49, verse 17. Also, Edom shall be a desolation. Everyone that goeth by it shall be astonished, and shall hiss at all the plagues thereof. As in the overthrow of Sodom and Gomorrah, and the neighbor cities thereof, saith the Lord Yahweh. No man shall abide there, neither shall a son of man dwell in it. Right? America. Right? Jeremiah 50, verse 23. How is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? How is Babylon, America, become a desolation among the nations? I have laid a snare for thee, and thou art also taken. Right? All these, listen, America, the only ally America gonna have in that day is the state of Israel, right? Right. Revelation 17 and 16 says, these shall hate the whore, right? The 7 heads and 10 crowns, NATO and the EU, right? The 7 heads, the seven kingdoms of Esau, Verse 24, I've laid a snare for thee, and thou art also taken, O Babylon, and thou wast not aware. Thou art found and also caught, because thou hast striven against the Lord Yahweh. Right? And America's in the biggest trick bag ever. Right? The Most High setting it up. Verse 25, the Lord Yahweh hath opened his armory, and hath brought forth the weapons of his indignation. Right? The missiles. Right? Isaiah 56 says, the Lord hath created the smith and waster to destroy. Right? The missiles is one of the Lord Yahweh B'Shem Shai's armies, and hath brought forth the weapons of his indignation. Indignation means righteous anger. For this is the work of the Lord Yahweh of hosts in the land of the Chaldeans. Come against her from the utmost border, open her storehouses, cast her up as heaps, and destroy her utterly. Let nothing of her be left. Right, America. Right, this destruction that is coming. Nothing. Listen. Scripture say a beast of destruction. Right? Scripture say the earth shall reel to and fro like a drunkard. Scripture say the heavens shall roll together like a scroll. It's talking about the missiles. Verse 27, slay all their bullocks, let them go down to the slaughter. Woe unto them, for the day is come, the time of their visitation. The voice of them that flee and escape out of the land of Babylon, right? The voice of them is the elect, right? Revelation 15 verse 2, right? A sea of glass mingled with fire. Right, the voice of them that flee and escape out of the land of Babylon. And how are they going to escape? The chariots. To declare in Zion the vengeance of the Lord Yahweh, our power, the vengeance of his temple. Right, the Lord is coming to avenge his elect. Verse 29, call together the archers against Babylon, the archers, the missiles. All nations that possess missiles, thermonuclear, intercontinental ballistic missiles, are going to fire on America the Great. We just read some of the allies in Ezekiel 38. All ye that bend the bow, camp against it round about. Right, all you that possess nuclear technology. Let none thereof escape. Recompense her according to her work, payback. According to all that she hath done, do unto her, for she hath been proud against the Lord Yahweh, against the Holy One of Israel. Right, recompense is coming from America the Great. Verse 30, therefore shall her young men fall in the streets, and all her men of war shall be cut off in that day, saith the Lord Yahweh. Behold, I am against thee, O thou most proud, America, saith the Lord power of hosts. For thy day is come, the time that I will visit thee, right, with the missiles and the chariots, with the world, and we cause UFOs, the ships. And the most proud shall stumble and fall, America, right? And none shall raise them up. And I will kindle a fire in his cities, and it shall devour all round about him, right? I was going to close there, but scripture just came to mind. Kindle a fire in his cities. That scripture in Amos 1, I believe it's 11. Amos 1 verse 12, and it reads, but I will send a fire upon Teman. Right, Teman is the wise of the house of Esau, who are today's physicists and scientists, the Germans, which shall devour the palaces of Basra. Right, America. Right, and what's this fire? Thermonuclear intercontinental ballistic missiles. Stay prayed up. Pray without ceasing. Shalom to the hopeful elect.